Welcome back to my channel. Hey everyone, it's me Yana. Welcome back to my channel. I make lifestyle videos, post-grad content, grad school content, all that jazz. So if that interests you, definitely go ahead and subscribe, and also give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment below because I want to talk to you guys. So today I will be talking about things that I wish someone told me before majoring in psychology, or things you should know before majoring in psychology. I obviously majored in psychology and I'm a year post-grad, so I pursued my master's of social work degree this past year. So I just wanted to talk about some things that I wish I knew, and also just things to think about. I'm not discouraging anybody from majoring in psychology by any means. This is just stuff that I think is helpful and that you need to make an informed decision, because I kind of think it's ridiculous how we expect 17, 18-year-olds to figure out what career path they want when you're so young and you really don't know. But without any further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, a little bit of a quick backstory. I took AP Psych in high school and I got really interested in psychology. I struggled with mental health, so naturally I got interested in mental health, and I did really well in my AP Psych class and began to look into it. I wanted to become a therapist, and that this is what I was meant to do and wanted to do. So I majored in psychology with a minor in philosophy, and I took philosophy because I just really liked it. So honestly, that was it. Loved it. And the major itself, I don't regret, and I don't live life with any regrets. Like, whatever happens happens. I don't think I would go back and change anything, but there's a lot more to a psychology major, and I know some people say it's like a useless major, which I don't think it is at all. But you really can't go to college and major in psychology with the expectation that as soon as those 4 years are done, you're done with school. Like, in order to make a living with psychology, you need to go to grad school, and you can't be a counselor or therapist without grad school. It's not only grad school that you have to get through, but you also have to get through taking a licensure exam, and getting licensed can take a couple years after grad school. So it is a lot of work and a lot of time and a lot of money that you're investing, because you have to pay for college and then you have to pay for grad school, which is, they're both really expensive. There are careers that you can get with a bachelor's degree in psychology, but they pay about as much, if not less, than working in fast food or retail. And I am saying this not to discourage you guys or to scare you, but it's just like a reality check. Like, if you go to college for 4 years and you're making less than you could make without a degree at all, then it's like, what's the point, you know? But I did get a psych tech position, and that job, I mean, it paid all right for being like an out of college job, but it didn't pay enough to earn a living by any means at all. And that was one of the better paying jobs. But all the jobs that I was applying to while I was in grad school, a lot of them were paying $15 and under an hour for requiring college degree for psychology jobs. So that was really discouraging, and I don't think it's fair. Like, I don't think it's fair that you go to school and pay all this money for 4 years to earn less money than you would if you never went to college at all. You know what I mean? And I mean, there are ways to get into other jobs. Like, you can be creative. Like, if you major in psychology, you can honestly apply for jobs anywhere. You can work in HR, office jobs. I work in an office job right now and I love it. That's not really related to my field at all, but I still love it and I'm making better money than I did as a psych tech, and that's just the honest truth. Like, you can get into other jobs, but the higher paying jobs honestly don't have anything to do with psychology. It's just kind of who you know based on connections and luck. So yeah, another thing I wish someone told me is that psychology is not an easy major, and not that I ever thought it was going to be easy, but you're not just learning about disorders and emotions. You're learning about research and how to do research. You're learning statistics and how to read studies, how to create your own studies. And research is a big part, especially now and moving forward. Research plays a huge role in psychology. So if you don't like research, if you just have zero interest in research or stats or anything like that, then I mean, you could still do psychology, but that aspect of it won't be like interesting to you. And I think most fields there's research in statistics and conducting research. It's super important. Honestly, psychology is a science. It's not a pseudoscience. I don't even think it's a social science. I mean, it kind of is, but ultimately it is a science, and you learn about biology. Biology is really important when it comes to psychology, and even just the different parts of the brain and how the brain works and cells and all this stuff is really important to know in psychology. And I guess it also depends which school you go to, but I know for my major I had to take research classes, I had to do my own research study, I had to do an internship, I had to take a lot of biology classes and neuroscience classes. It was a lot. I had to do labs and all that stuff. So it was a lot more work and a lot more science-based than I think a lot of people expect. But I think now it's moving more in the direction that, yeah, there's a lot more elements to psychology and that it is scientific and proven and driven by research, and it keeps heading in that direction. So that's just something that I always like to tell everyone. It's like, I want to major in psychology. Okay, do you want to do research? Are you willing to do research? You don't have to love it, but you should at least be interested in it. And like, and in being in grad school, like, all I do is do research and read research articles over and over again. So that is a really important aspect of psychology and majoring in psychology. Also, I honestly just in general think that it is sometimes people pick psychology because they don't know what else they want to do, or they might have a specific route in mind. Like for me, being a therapist, but I thought that psychology was the only way to get there. And I mean, obviously being a therapist, like, you have to know psychology, but I'm getting my master's of social work, and I did not know that you can get your master's of social work and be a therapist, because social work and psychology are so like intertwined. And social work, there's a lot more things that you can do other than being a therapist, and so that's why I chose getting a master's of social work. But if I chose to get a bachelor's in social work, then I could have gotten my master's in a year, because there's programs like that, and that would have saved me so much time and money. And looking back, I kind of wish I did that, but also my school didn't offer a social work major. It was a small school, so it didn't offer that, and I wouldn't want to change because I like loved the school that I went to, so I wouldn't have changed it. But looking back, I just think about that. And yes, social workers with bachelor's degrees don't get paid a lot either, so I knew I would have had to get a master's degree anyway, either way, but it just would have, expedited the process and made it quicker, and I would have saved some time and money. But I mean, like I said before, everything happens for a reason, and I was obviously meant to go to the school. I was meant to major in psychology, and everything worked out great, and I learned a lot, and I met amazing people, so I know that I wouldn't go back and change it. But that is just something that I wish I had considered, because I never even thought about that at that age. Just knowing that there's multiple routes you can take to get to where you want to be. Like, there's no set route. Like, just because everyone's going to college, just because everyone's doing this or majoring in this and that, doesn't mean that that's your path or that it's the only path to get where you want to be. Like, I honestly think that you don't even need a college degree. Like, it's a lot about connections and who you know. And honestly, the student debt and just how much college costs is so ridiculous. And I'm not like discouraging anybody from going to college. I think it's great. I absolutely loved it. But I just think I wish more thought and planning and less pressure had gone into the decision to go to college. So don't be in a rush. And I honestly think if you're so passionate about mental illness and psychology and helping others, then this is a great major, and you can get, and if your end goal is being a therapist and you're willing to go through undergrad and grad school, then great, do it. It's amazing. But if you're just doing it because you don't know what else to do and you want to just make a living after 4 years, then I would recommend majoring in something else, or getting like certificates and other things, or working in business and things like that. Not to say that it isn't a great field. It's so fascinating, so rewarding, but just some things that I feel like I wish I would have had that knowledge while I was deciding on what to major in, and then also while I was going through the major and things like that. I wish I just knew these things and knew the costs of like student loans in grad school. And it is an investment, and one day far off in the future, when you do pay off your student loans, then it is obviously worth it, and it is an investment in your future. But at the same time, I think it's ridiculous that nowadays like college grads are barely making money. Like, it's just ridiculous to me. I think we need to pay social workers more and therapists more, and anyone that works in the mental health field or anyone that graduates college needs to be paid more, because it's so hard to make a living. But it is not impossible. It is possible, and with hard work, creativity, dedication, and connections, and I don't know, just I hope this doesn't discourage you all, but I hope it encourages you guys to think more creatively and at least have these things in your mind when you're making a decision on what to major in. And do I regret majoring in psychology? No. Do I think that I wish I had more information when I was deciding? Yes. But ultimately, everything happens for a reason, and I'm here and I have no regrets. So yes, and I'm on track getting my master's of social work. I'll be done in about 2 years, because I'm doing the 3-year track, so I'll be done in 2 years. And I love my master's of social work program, and I don't regret that at all. So yeah, I just wanted to make this video, and I will link my other psychology major videos in the description so that you guys can get more knowledge and what it's like and things like that, as well as my social work playlist as well. And if you guys have any other questions about being a psych major or jobs or anything like that, leave them down below. I would love to answer them. I would love to encourage you to, if you are in it, and if you, and always know that it's okay to change. Like, even if you went and got a degree in something and you feel like you wasted it, it is totally okay to change career paths and change your path in life. It's totally okay. Don't feel trapped or like a failure, because you're not. And I don't see it as a waste at all. I think it teaches you so much, and you can apply that to anything that you pursue. So always know that it's not too late. You can always change careers. I mean, yeah, there are things like rent and kids and families that can be harder to just drop everything and switch things around, but know that you're not stuck in a job or a career or even a major. You can always change. So yeah, like I said, leave any questions you have in the description or in the comment section. And thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you on my next one. Bye guys.